Alright. Well, smell like cigarettes and smoke. But it's a lovely day. It's crazy what vitamin D does to an individual. But yeah, this is gonna be the first video. I'm just gonna upload this straight onto YouTube. Who cares? I feel like I've been on YouTube since I checked my account 2014. I've been meaning to upload a video every single year since, and I just haven't. So I'm gonna, instead of learning how to edit or do any of that stuff, I'm just gonna learn it as I go. So I'm gonna upload the most low effort video on the stump midway through my bike ride. Yeah. Just want to use this as like a means of rambling, video journal type shit. Oh yeah, this is gonna flip, and I'm gonna just feel horrendous about my. I'm gonna feel incredibly insecure, but that's fine. I just won't look at it. Yeah, I don't know how people talk into a camera for like ages on end, but it is what it is. It's been a very interesting time in life. Mine, like the political state of the world, as Jaden Smith would, be talking about. But I don't know. It's interesting how summer can really just fix someone's life. Like, I go from winter where I'm like, oh, you know what? What the hell's going on? I don't know my left from right. The world is ending. And then all of a sudden the sun comes out and I can get to go swim in the water and life's good again. It's interesting how that happens. I think I just need to make enough money to have a winter home in Mexico so I can never just get seasonal depression, because that shit ruined me. Yeah. Weird time coming out of school. I'm supposed to be like an environmental officer or like consultant or some shit, and I'm a fucking chocolatier. I don't know how that ended up happening, but I know just make bougie chocolate. It's kind of interesting like that, but yeah, whatever. I'm gonna see this as the beginning though of like a pretty decent journey of, especially during the summer. I want to article, because I feel like if I article what I'm doing, it will entice me to do it more, because I don't know if anyone else feels this way, but it feels like hobbies just can't. I have a hard time consistently doing hobbies or like really anything. Besides when it comes to like social gatherings and stuff like that, when it's stuff to work on myself, I'm just like innately bored. So I think it comes from the fact that most things you start are a challenge, and maybe I'm scared of that. So I think me recording this and posting it online is the start of trying to change that pattern, because I want to be able to do more things. As time goes on and you see people around you, they are building these skills, and I'm not. Even if it's like simple things, but it's just like, it's cool being able to do things consistently and add it to your routine and get better at it. And I think getting better at other things makes you yourself better. So that's the goal. I just rode my bike. Man, when the hell have I last rode my bike? It's been like months already. So I want to try and consistently do that while the weather's nice. I'm going to get back into skateboarding. I'm going to record all this stuff because I've always wanted to make like a dope ass skateboard video, albeit my skills are not on par. I may have a camera. My skills are absolute doo-doo. So I'll have to learn from the ground up and be able to shred before I can do that. Or I could just record other people. But regardless, I don't know all the other people. I gotta meet them, so I gotta go skate. Amongst other things. Like, I wish I was crafty. I think I need to get more crafty. I realize, I feel like being human is all about just creating shit. So that's why I'm here. Because, I don't know. What else you got, That's all we are. Whatever we've built. Like, just humanity in general, But, yeah. Interesting little world we live in. I don't know what to ramble about, but I'll just tell you about my night last night, because I'll just keep going on here and just make this as long as possible. But, Yesterday was like, I really did feel like it was the start of a lot of things. It might have been all the different substances I abused that made me feel that way. But having the triple fisting combo of alcohol, marijuana, and a certain variety of magic mushroom really does wonders to a man. You know, like, life is all about the unplanned stuff. We were having a nice little beach fire, and then when we were putting the fire out, there's bioluminescence. The water's glowed. The water was literally glowing, and I think you can't predict that kind of stuff. It's a very, things are all right. If it's not in your hands, something wonderful still happens in a way, you know? You gotta be positive. You do. I mean, I ain't depressed or nothing, other than in the winter, but that's not in the winter no more. But just let shit happen. I don't need to question my existence no more. I feel like no one should be questioning their existence, because honestly, you're always gonna be on the best track. Obviously, you gotta be doing your best and taking the opportunities, and there's gotta be some a little bit more like future sight happening. But honestly, just live in the moment. Life gets really freaking dull as soon as you think about the next thing. And sure, maybe you end off being better in the long run thinking about the next best thing, but you lose the humanity of the moment if you do that, you know? You become like a little bit of a cog in the machine a bit, and breaking that stressing mentality has been, super challenging for me, but I think it's challenging for anyone just because of how the orientation of society and just like the expectation of life, going to school, getting a great paying job, going to school for something that can get you a good paying job, and growing as a person. See, I think those two conflict with one another, because how are you supposed to grow as a person if all you're worried about is your career? But regardless, it's kind of interesting because within like the financial or economic situation of the world, it's like, what the hell are the probabilities of an average man, aka me, owning a house at like a reasonable age without retiring? Unless I go and make like $1 million and find a job that gets me like six figures. But even then, it's like still incredibly unlikely, especially where I live on like Vancouver Island. It's just like not happening. So it's kind of freeing knowing that I don't really need to care about that in a way. Still, I want to be able to have like, vacation and stuff, but it's freeing knowing that I can do whatever I want. I shouldn't really fear the expectations of society if they're already so pitted far against me. Just break free from them. I accept my condition, and it's kind of nice. I'm just going to make fancy chocolate for a while. Who knows how long? 6 months? A year? Before I do anything? Maybe grad school? Who knows? But I think the wonder is the beauty of what my current situation is. I have a lovely relationship. My girlfriend's fantastic, amazing human being. Love the family. Like, I don't know. It's summer, so social life is always booming, and then it just absolutely crashes in the fall and winter, but we're not going to get there. Live in a beautiful place. I got running water. I can somewhat afford food. Fuck grocery stores, by the way. It's absolutely absurd. They make way too much money, just saying, off a basic human need. But that's my commie coming out. How am I going to end this? I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point, but it's kind of fun. I'll end this with this. It's a promise. I want to make more videos. I don't know what kind of videos those are. I absolutely love gaming. I, again, want to use this as almost a video journal at the same time. But in the end, it's my YouTube channel. I'm not expecting success. It'd be kind of cool to build a community and I can talk with, but you can't expect everything. But yeah, I'm going to use this as a video journal. document my progression in these hobbies and these tasks of life. And maybe that ends up being gaming. Maybe I tad a little bit of tad, or I just do a whole separate channel for that, because it's kind of nice keeping content separate, you know, because this is incredibly different than, say, me no-lifing a game for 60 hours. This is me touching grass. The other one is quite literally the opposite. But I want to become my best self. And I think the only way of doing that is turning those wants into have-beens. And this is like me riding a bike, getting exercise. Even though I got the greatest metabolism I've ever met, it's not. I still need to get outside. Look, I think every man has wanted a six-pack once in their life, and I should. You know what? I just want to get there and see if I like it. You know what I mean? Like, I shouldn't question things anymore or try to put expectations on myself when reasonably I can probably achieve most of them. So I want to stop, inaction. I want to stop. Okay, holy moly. I want to stop wondering about those expectations and finally do them, because inaction is action. Every choice is a choice. Even not taking a choice is a choice. You know? And I think there's obviously always things out of your control. But with the right mentality, I think you can change anything. And if you're not content with something, just know it. You have the full capabilities in every single one of you in your hands to change those conditions. That is the beauty of human nature, is that you are only what you decide you are. And maybe you get the short end of the stick and you don't have the upper hand, but there's been so many countless stories of people just persevering. Some people are just naturally, handicapped in that sense, right? Like, they just don't have those same chances as others, aka being like a white cis male in a world like this. I naturally have more chances than others, and that's sadly just a fact of life. Though I hope it's changing, maybe changing ever so slowly. But regardless, I want to change. And even if it's not great amount of change, I'm not changing my career, I'm not changing anything. I want to change the patterns of my life and my routine. And I think overall, it will make me the best version of myself. And I don't know if anyone will watch this, but I hope that kind of resonates with people. And I encourage you guys to take shit into your own hands. Learn an instrument. Because you only got one life, You just do everything you want to do. Even if, within reason. Like, if it's, you literally only have one life. And maybe you think you're going to get reincarnated into a squirrel, but then you get to live your life as a squirrel. You got your one chance as a human in this body, no matter what you believe. So just accept it and live it the fuck up. Go touch that fucking grass, boys and girls and zayzems. Go touch that grass. Go kick that ball. Go learn that art. Like, there's some shuffling in the bush. Go do it. Just go do it. Nike, just do that shit. Because honestly, they kind of got a point. Even though they're a soulless corporation. But anywho, my commie tendencies, but that's a different video for a different time. Yeah. This is Dalton. I'm signing off. This is Journal 1. I can't speak straight. Got no script. Raw dogging this shit. But yeah. Have a good one, boys.